We are live. Hi, guys. It is nice to be here. Okay, I'm sorry for being late 5 minutes, but here we are. Oh my God, it's so nice. It's so nice. I was, before the live stream, I was thinking, like, what do I want to speak to you today? Because yet again, it started to rain, so I couldn't go outside like I wanted to, like on the last time. And I started to think, so what are the topics that I can talk about? And I thought of one thing about my 24-hour survival challenge that I did 2 weeks ago. So that's definitely an interesting thing to speak about. And then, okay, maybe something else. And I ended up with such a long list that my paper ended. And I realized that I really love these live streams, just because it's like this nice monthly thing to gather up my thoughts and look back what I have been doing, and look forward what I want to do. So yeah, if you have any problems with the audio or anything, then as usual, please let me know. That's a better angle, I guess. Anyway, but before we are jumping in to the 24-hour survival challenge, I have some things that I quickly want to speak to you. So, like like general topics maybe. So if you saw my post on the Patreon page that I finally opened the Facebook page, the Life is Better in Hiking shoes. That's not page, that's a group, Life is Better in Hiking Shoes group, where I have been doing, like, posting these weekly checkups, how we have been doing on the daily outdoor activity challenge. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, then go look like few posts back and join the Facebook group. It's a quite nice thing we have going on there. And I did make a calendar. That's my calendar here. I did pretty well on the second week and last week with the daily challenge, the daily 20-minute challenge. Last week was a bit rough. I missed one day, Tuesday, and then the rest of the week was sort of like, yeah, I didn't make a good effort of going outside. But this week I have been doing strong, and I really love running. I usually don't run. I hate running, but as I want to build my endurance for the August Swedish hiking trip, the Fjällräven Classic, I thought, like, maybe I should run a bit to get my heart working. And I have been really loving these short running trips. So I'm really proud of myself. So hopefully you have joined that group as well. And also, what I want to ask from you, the monthly challenge. So the July's monthly challenge was to climb a mountain that you haven't before. Uh, but August is coming soon. So I thought maybe you have some ideas what we should do for the monthly challenge in August. One idea was to challenge everybody to spend one night outdoors, like cowboy camping without a tent or a shelter or anything, because August is the time where you can see the most stars, and maybe falling stars, like shooting stars. So maybe that would be awesome, but maybe that's like too harsh for everybody. So let me know, what do you think about that? Or if you have some other ideas what we should do for the monthly challenge, like whatever, you can just shoot me ideas in the comments here or later on the post in the Patreon page. So that would be nice. Yeah, okay, nice. One topic ticked off from my list. But how are you? Are you like joining in on the Facebook group on the daily challenge, or how are you doing in general for the last month? Have you been going? I just dropped my pen. Have you gone to some kind of outdoor adventures, hiking trips? Let me know. I would love to hear them. Um, but yeah, regarding the outdoor things that I have done, just after I finished my live stream last month, I really I hope, just in case, can somebody write a comment or something? I hope I didn't disable the comments, because I know for the live stream there is this option of disabling, but I think I haven't. Yeah, please say something, please. Yeah. I hope that I just thought about that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's continue. Oh yeah, okay. Super, thank you. Super. Anyway, let's continue. My outdoor challenges. So just after I finished the live stream last month, I went to the second Bushcraft Festival of Estonia. I saw, met some new people there. That was awesome. But the most awesome thing that happened there is I finally gathered up my courage and I approached a couple, a woman and a man, who were teaching fire skills, like lighting a fire skill. They did the fire workshop last year, and then again this year. And since last year, I had this idea in my head that I want to ask them if they are willing to take me into the forest with them and teach me some of their bushcraft skills, because it's hard to learn alone, especially if I don't know anything. And they were this really awesome and friendly couple, and they also have a small YouTube channel. And I thought they are not afraid of being on camera, because of course I want to film the things that I do outdoors. So last year I didn't approach them. I was too afraid. But this year, after joining in on their workshop, I approached them and asked if they are willing to do this with me, and they said yes. So this year's Bushcraft Festival was mostly a good networking event for me. And 2 weeks ago, on a weekend, we went there. Not there. We went to the forest with the man and the woman, and I wanted this survival challenge to be a really hardcore, straight out of the bucket, because I have done one kind of winter survival camp that we did in a bigger group. And it was nice. I learned a lot, but still we had a sleeping bag with us. We got to eat a bit, and we had ropes and fire steels and cans to boil water in. So we already had quite a lot of stuff to work with. But this time I really wanted it to be nothing. We only brought a knife, and we could use the clothes that we had. The clothes that we had on us. So no sleeping bags, no tarps, only clothes, only our knife, and that's all. So we also had a rule that whatever we can find in the nature, including some trash, that's okay to use. And this was actually a bit of a thing that we hope we would find, because the couple had done some survival things with the stuff they found in the nature. So they didn't have a lot of problems. But the fun thing was actually it was quite a good thing For the nature, bad thing for us that we didn't find any trash, like anything at all in the nature, like not even a can or a bottle or a piece of plastic, nothing. So it was right from the beginning, it was quite hard to figure out how we can boil water and collect water. We were in an area where we had a river, but it was sort of like a standing river, and we didn't want to drink out of it like a bare water. We wanted to boil it, and we needed some kind of container to carry the water in. So that was the most hard thing. But before arriving to the campsite, we gathered quite a lot of things to start fire with, because as I learned, preparation to start a fire is the most important thing. Not even like the bow drill skills, but the materials you are starting the fire with. So we spent quite many hours just wandering around in the woods and finding different things, like a really thin birch bark particles that are really lightweight and light the fire really well. Then we had a lot of time finding the right piece of wood to start the fire on. So we did the bow drill fire starting method. So the wood that you are drilling the stick on has to be really, really dry. So actually we had like 2 or 3 different pieces of wood to try out. And then we searched for a nice piece of wood that you can hold the stick on, that it wouldn't burn. So we searched a really like heavy wood that is filled with resin. Yes, I was thinking, what's the name? So yeah, the resin filled wood that would be nice to hold the stick on. So it's really hard to explain, but we spent a lot of time finding these woods. And then we found a lot of mushrooms. We didn't bring any food with us as well, of course, but fortunately there were a lot of mushrooms in the forest, a lot of edible mushrooms that we could just like grill a bit on the fire. As I said, we didn't find any trash, not a string, not a piece of whatever, nothing. It was totally clean, which was actually good. But so yeah, when we found our campsite, like we decided we will make a shelter against a fallen tree, like the roots are like upright with their dirt like ground up. So it was like one wall for our shelter. And I think I did put a thumbnail picture of it as well here, but I don't know if you can see it. And of course I cannot find the pictures as well. I thought I downloaded some into my phone, but I guess I didn't. I only have a short video about it. Let me see if I can. So that was our shelter. We had a fire going on in front of it, and it was leaning on like the fallen tree. You see the tree is here, and that's like the bottom part of the roots. We covered it with moss. It wasn't 100% waterproof, of course, but we knew from the weather forecast that it will not rain like hard rain. It was just drizzling slightly, so it was okay for our moss roof. And starting the fire. So yeah, I did the bow drill fire. I wanted to try it I wanted to try to make it from scratch myself. So I prepared the pieces as well. Of course, the guy taught me how to make the bow and how like to prepare the bottom piece, because it's surprisingly like specific what you have to do there. But the great thing is I managed to start the fire with the first try, and I was ready to drill there a lot of times, many times, try out different like wood materials, but our starting pieces were so good that I managed to do it on the first try. We got the fire started, and that was that. So basically, when we had the water, our next big challenge was how to carry water. So this was a challenge until the rest of the uh, trip. We didn't, the birch bark container try that we did, it didn't work out. It leaked still, so we couldn't boil the water in there. And finally, like, I decided that I will use, like, I had my backpack with me because I carried some camera gear, and I had an emergency plastic bottle there, because at the last minute when I was exiting my house, I thought, like, damn, if we don't find anything to carry water or to boil water in, then I'm in trouble, because then I'm in danger of having headaches. And that I don't want to have, especially in the forest with others, to have a migraine attack. That's awful. So I had this plastic bottle with me, and in the evening, I think it was already 5 p.m. We started 10 a.m. We went into the forest from 10 a.m. But when we had our fire going, we had many tries of like boiling water with different materials. The birch bark container failed us, and my head was starting to hurt already. So then I decided, no, I will not risk it. And I took my bottle and I carried the water with the bottle, and also boil it in there as well. And the headache didn't go away immediately. After drinking, I tried to take a nap, but the couple, Alvar and Janne themselves, decided that they will not use my water and my bottle because they didn't have a headache. And they went for a second round to search things in the forest, and they were gone quite a lot of time, maybe like hour or two even. I don't know. I was trying to nap in the shelter, and they found like some kind of metal tube that was stuck into the ground. It was possibly some kind of forest mark, or I don't know, something to mark the trail, or like a really old rusty like tube, iron tube, like a metal tube basically. No, iron. It was like iron, not like this thick tube that is like a fence post or something. So they took the pole, rinsed it out, boiled sometimes through it, so it was sort of clean. So they used this metal pole to boil their water. It took a lot of time to carry the water in the tube. They made this wooden like plug onto it so the water wouldn't fall out, and they just stuck it into the fire, and the fire heated up the tube quite quickly because it was like iron. So they drank from there, and they told me that the water tasted awful, like a iron tube and mud mixed together. But nobody, me and them as well, didn't have any stomach issues on the trip. So they kept it like 100% to the challenge until the very end. So I was the one who used the plastic bottle. Yeah. But yeah, in the evening, as I didn't feel the best, I actually didn't eat anything except for some blueberries that we had around there. And we just made fire, gathered firewood, and then we just like hanged out, spoke next to the fire. In the morning, the night, of course, I didn't sleep the whole way. It was quite cold at times. We kept the fire going, so whoever woke up because they were cold, put new firewood into the fire, but it was still quite cold because we didn't have like anything to put on ourselves. At some point in the in the nighttime, I thought, would it be helpful if I took some of the fir tree branches that we were sleeping on, and would it be helpful if I put them on myself, because my back was against Janne, the woman, and my back was warm, so that was nice. But the other side of me was cold, so I thought maybe if I could gather some fir trees on me, it would be better. I wish I would have tried it, but I didn't. I just like shivered until the morning. I got to sleep a bit more in the morning when it was already warmer. Then we woke up, chilled a bit more. I grilled the mushrooms that we gathered. Then I was starting to get a bit hungry, and we had time to kill until 10 a.m. So because we wanted to do the challenge as a 24-hour challenge, we had time to kill, grill the mushrooms. They were surprisingly tasty, just like grilled mushrooms. Yeah, on a stick. Yeah, they were tasty. Then I boiled some more water, or did I boil it in the evening? But it was already quite like near to our challenge ending point, so I think we didn't bother. And then we went back to our cars and waited until exactly 10 a.m. to go into our cars, and we had some water in the car, so we drank up there. The biggest like takeaway from the challenge itself was definitely the realization that you need some kind of container to carry water more than you actually need a knife, in my opinion. It definitely depends on the forest you are like trying to survive. Our forest was we had a lot of materials. We didn't need a saw or an axe, so we could like take a lot of wood and materials straight from the forest ground, snap it in half, or maybe jump on it. Of course, we would need a knife to start the fire, because you need to treat the wood a bit in a special way. But I didn't know that the water container thing would be such a challenge if you don't find any like man-made things in the nature. Also, another thing, I was really missing big pockets on my like pants and jacket, and like a backpack, because I didn't use my backpack to carry the things we collected. I wanted my backpack to be only my camera gear and like emergency backpack. I didn't want to incorporate into my gear allowed gear. So I really needed some kind of thing to carry things in. When we moved around the forest, gathered different like fire starting materials, gathered different woods. So yeah, surprisingly, a water container and some kind of backpack are super essentials for surviving in the woods, besides a knife. That was really surprising. Also, I wasn't hungry at all, so food is not a big problem, especially if you can like snack some kind of things in the forest, for example, berries, or we did eat a bit these like different plants as well that you can eat. The shelter building, there were 3 of us, it went quite fast. We gathered up a lot of trees that we like put onto the roots like this, and then we put the moss on top of it. But I guess it was quite fast, also because we didn't need to like break trees down. There were a lot of trees already lying on the ground, so we used them. I imagine if you are in some kind of different forest where you have to saw or axe the trees, then to gather this much material as we used would be quite hard. And also we had a lot of moss around. The forest was filled with like this thick moss. But like every forest is different, and I guess if we would have gone to another forest, we would have had another materials to use as well. So yeah, that's my experience. What else were the like the biggest learning points for me in the survival challenge? Yeah, water, definitely water. I would go on without food a bit and just eat mushrooms and some plants. That was okay. I really loved it, and I was happy to hear that the couple itself enjoyed it as well. They got to try on like new techniques and that they hadn't tried before, and it was like fun for them to like problem solve different things that we had in the forest. In this challenge I was like this student and observer and follower. I didn't have many ideas myself because I didn't like know things, so it was a really big learning experience for me. We left the shelter up because it was in a really remote area, like totally really remote. People don't go there often, and we thought that maybe somebody, if he or she goes there, she doesn't have to make, for example, a new fire pit. She or he can also already use the fire pit that we made. And also I sort of hoping that I can go back there soon, maybe even next weekend, just like this time to bring my own water, bring my own food, but just to like relax in the forest. I really liked the area, and our shelter was really nice. Maybe I can take my brother and sister with me to give them the like this sleeping in the nature shelter experience as well, but we'll see. So that was my survival challenge. I don't know, do you have like any questions or comments? What would you like to know how we did there? Have you done anything similar? Of course, I filmed the whole thing, and I will post it in a few weeks because in my video list, I have now finished posting the New Zealand vlogs. I have 2 videos filmed, sort of like tips and tricks videos from the trails that I did. I think I need to film a 3rd one about the route burn track. I didn't film it right after the trip because I thought the internet is so filled with the route burn track information because it is so famous among New Zealand trails because it's like the Great Walk. But now I'm starting to think maybe I have to like film it. It would like make sense. Because I have vlogs from there, and many people are already asking about some kind of questions about the trail. So maybe I have to like search in my brain and film it. So I have like 2 or 3 tips videos from New Zealand, and then I have definitely one video where I am comparing 2 like sort of similar places in New Zealand that are like tourist destinations, like nature tourist destinations. and I'm comparing them, which one should you visit if you only can visit one. So it's like in the Fiordland National Park. I have this video coming, and then I also have a gear video where I'm speaking about the gear that I used in New Zealand. So quite a many New Zealand videos, still maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of videos, and then after that I will post the survival video. So yeah, survival challenge video will be coming in like 3, maybe 4 weeks time. Circle Master left us. That's okay. Thank you for joining us. But you haven't camped, so but I hope you will camp with her, or not. That's okay. Do what floats your boat. So yeah, that's about the videos. I actually wanted to speak about what's next. So the New Zealand videos are coming, then the survival video that I still have to edit, and then I have been wanting to edit a new blooper video. I think I have quite a lot of things that I could put on there that I'm posting only here on Patreon. But the thing is that when I edit things, I still try to leave on there as much like funny stuff that happens. So I don't have a bunch of funny things that I haven't already used in the videos, but I still want to find some kind of weird things that would be funny. So, but that's only on the Patreon page. Then a shop update, my Etsy shop update. I am close. Maybe I spoke about it last time, but I'm closing my Etsy shop, and I'm like selling off all of the stock that I have there. I'm actually pretty low on everything except for a few like designs of stickers that I somehow have a lot because I just made an order at the beginning of this year, maybe. But like I ordered a bigger bunch because it's cheaper this way. So I have a lot of some stickers left, but most of the prints are gone. And most of the stickers are gone as well. So that's actually pretty awesome because I don't want to close the shop with a lot of stock left. So I'm closing that. And I want to open a shop possibly on Redbubble because it has these production facilities in the United States and in Europe as well. So it's more quicker and it's more quicker to order in different parts of the world. Also, a really important thing for me is if you live in European Union and you order stuff from the European Union, you don't have to pay the customs fees. If I would choose a platform that is only in the United States, we would still have to pay quite a lot of custom fees when we order stuff here. So I am totally leaning towards Redbubble. So what it is, actually, it's a website where I can upload my designs and I can select what design goes on what product. And then the company itself produces the products, ships them, and deals with the customer support. It has a really low profit margin for me, but that's not important actually for me. What I want to do is offer different variety of things that I cannot offer right now, like mugs or t-shirts or pillowcases, notebooks. I really want to offer notebooks that I cannot offer right now because it would be too expensive for me to order them a bunch and then hope they will sell. If they don't, I have to lose a lot of money on there. So there's a lot of risk involved in like these bigger objects and things to sell. But what I really want to do is offer different kinds of things with my design and art on it. So I think it's like fun this way. And also I will be changing jobs and living places, living arrangements in August. So after that, I don't have, basically, I will be missing making these orders myself, but I will be winning some time from managing the shop that I can put back to my art instead of like packing orders. So what did I want to say? Anyway, changing shops soon. Etsy shop will be empty quite soon, so I will post about the Redbubble thing wherever I can. Of course, on Patreon and on my social medias as well. So yeah, but what's next? I cannot speak about these bigger life changes right now. I will speak about them next month, definitely. But right now, yeah, I'm doing some changes, and the shop is one thing that will be changing, like to get more options for selling and more time for me to focus on other things. For example, on my art that I haven't been doing a lot. That's really, really sad. Also, what's next? I am my Swedish Fjällräven Classic hiking trip will be coming at the beginning of August. I will leave Estonia on the 6th of August, and it's like this 5-day, or possibly a 5-day hike that I will be doing, and it is really exciting. I'm really waiting forward to that, to hike a part of the Kungsleden trail that hopefully someday I can hike in full length, but this time it's... Oh, phone was ringing. Now my train of thought went away. Anyway, a Swedish hiking trip will be coming in August, leaving really soon. Really, really soon, actually. And this is really exciting. So that's about the shop update as well, and the Swedish update. What else? What else? I think that's all. I actually, I will post like a separate post about book recommendations. On Paperback, I'm still reading the same ones that I posted last month. I'm ending them all, but I haven't finished them yet. But what I have ended is one audiobook that I really want to recommend, and we can like share recommendations again, like last month. That was really awesome. But I told you that I have a bunch of these ex libris. I don't know how to say it in plural, but these book plates that I have been cutting that I have got from my book club that I don't use. So I'm thinking of like doing a giveaway this month. But my question is, would you prefer to have, I think I can send these on to like 2 or 3 people. But yeah, my question is, do you want to have it as sets? Like there are some designs in sets of 4, I think. Do you want to have like one set for one person, or do I mix them up and send the same mixture? Oh, that's like 6 ones in the same design. Or do I mix them up and like send the same mixture to everybody? These are beautiful, but though I don't have a lot of them. So let me know, what do you think? I will make a separate post about it as well. A lot of posts coming, warning. But I really want these to go to like a good new family, good new home. I will make this book post all together, this Ex Libris giveaway, and the book recommendations as well. Again, these are not my designs. These are that I have been getting from my book club that I don't use quite a lot already. I have some stickers as well from the book club, but I think I will just slip them into the packages if I'm sending them out. So book club update. That's all. I think that's all that I have to say to you today. 40 minutes. Usually we are speaking 1 hour, but every time I'm thinking that we should like keep it a bit shorter, I tend to ramble on. Yeah, I think that's it. I will post all of the things that I promised now. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are watching it later on, then thank you for watching. And yeah, that's all. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.